Jalen, this Jets defense was touted as being Super Bowl ready. What sets it apart from some of the other defenses that you've seen this year?
I think they're a really good defense. They coach well. They fly to the ball. They have a really good front seven, and they have elite players on the perimeter. And so this is another great challenge for us.
When you have a cornerback like Sauce Gardner out on the outside, how do you balance that of being aggressive, trying to go to your receivers on that side he's going to versus trying maybe staying away?
He's a great player. You just want to go out there and kind of control what you can and just execute the fundamentals of whatever the play is called.
Jalen, how well have you gotten to know Quinnen Williams, both your time in college and now having the same agent, and what stands out to you about his abilities on the field?
Yeah, Quinnen's always been a great player. I remember even our time at Alabama. He didn't come in and play right away, yet when he had his opportunity, he took off like a rocket, and he's kind of been, blazing his own trail ever since. So much respect to him as a player and as a person.
I asked you before the Patriots game about kind of preparing for non-traditional opponents. And I know you guys played the Jets 2 years ago. I believe you missed that game. What's a week like when it's not a scheme that you're used to seeing week in, week out, or I should say season in, season out?
It's the same. You want to have the same diligence, the same steadiness, same eagerness to learn and grow. I think, just learning as much as I can about them. But they're a really good defense. I mean, a really good team, and they're coached by a great coach. So we got a tough challenge in front of us.
Quez's presence cannot always be seen on the stat sheet because of what he can do clearing out. From your perspective, what value does Quez provide that maybe the naked eye doesn't see?
I'm not sure what you guys see or don't see, but I think there's merit to what Coach is saying. And you have to respect a guy like that with his speed, and obviously if you're not, we want to take advantage of it.
We're not on the sideline and able to feel it the way you guys obviously do. That seemed, from the broadcast version, like a more highly emotional game than maybe I would have expected. A lot of shots of guys, whether they're celebrating or really letting out emotion one way or the other. Is that a fair assessment of that game? And if so, do you have a reason why?
I think it's what was captured. Whatever was captured was captured. I don't think it was any different than the regular game.
Take a few more.
Have you gotten used to Nick's demeanor and his emotional, his showing of emotions during games?
There we
Go
go.
on board with it?
That's my coach.
You spoke about the red zone a bit after the game. In your time these past few days, what have you learned about what can be done to improve in that area?
It's just efficiency in what we're doing, just executing. Just going out there and executing, and obviously can't have any penalties. Put yourself back, set yourself back in that area of the field.
Your sack that finished off the game, him running down the side.
Oh man, I loved it, man. He's excited. Head coach, felt like the game was probably sealed at that point. So, hell yeah, he was excited about it. And man, you gotta love it, right? Coach showing that type of enthusiasm, excitement behind his players, just lets you know what type of team we have, right?
JD earlier, Nick Sirianni said, even though he's been on IR, Nakobe's been, very involved, and to the point where he essentially kind of begged to go on the trip to just be able to take everything in. When you guys, from your vantage point, what have you, seen out of your guy Cody?
Shoot, man, that's what he does. He always wants to be around. He always wants to be a part of the team. I don't think in college I've seen Nakobe miss a game or Nakobe missed something to this extent. So just seeing him just trying to be out there. He loves this thing. He loves the game. So it's great to see him. It's great to see him, and it's great to see his recovery and his progress. And he's coming back this week, I believe. So, that's just him. That's what he wants to do. He wants to be with us. He wants to share. I mean, shoot, if it came down to it, I wanted the same thing. So, having Nakobe and just seeing him go through his progressions, just seeing him face this adversity in his life, I'm definitely excited for him.
It seemed like Slay said, early on he saw what Cup was doing and he wanted to kind of take him. But then you went back to more of what you were accustomed to doing, or at least planning to doing. Is that fair in terms of how the game played out?
Yeah, that's what happened. But I kind of looked at the coach like we don't need to do that. But, everybody's getting to learn each other. It's still early in the season and everything. And Slade prides himself on doing that, and he's been doing that his whole career. So it's really just about but we didn't want too much moving around, and that kind of would tip off what we were in. So we kind of just went back to just playing it straight up, and I think it helped.
This weekend, Zach Wilson, a guy that, has had certainly his ups and downs, but is coming off a better and improved week. What do you see from him in the tape study?
He's mobile, got a good arm. He's competitive. Like you said, he's getting better. And that's just how the league is, You kind of start off kind of bumpy sometimes, and as the season goes, you play better and better teams. You start adjusting, and he's on an upward trajectory for himself. So it's not going to be an easy task or anything like that. They're going to come to play, come to win. So we'll be ready.
So you referenced this as sort of a college atmosphere last week and social media response to your signing. What was it like out there when you saw you're literally halfway across the country and Eagle fans took it over?
Yeah, that was cool. It was cool because it still felt like a home game. And I was like, God, there's a lot of green in here. And it was dope because I actually played a preseason game there early this year. So then to come back in the same stadium, but then it's all green now. It was just like, wow, they really traveled, really loved the team, and just makes us play harder, and it really helps.
That's what I was wondering. Does it actually impact the game? Because I asked Nick about it, and he said, look, when the parity's so tight in this league, you need every advantage.
Yeah.
And they're giving us one. Is that fair?
Definitely, because it gets super loud. You can't hear. Offense can't talk. You know, you kind of have to do your little hand signals, but anything that can rattle the quarterback, because, I mean, there's one guy with the ball at all times. So if he can't hear or if he can't talk to his receivers or the center is off, like, that stuff matters. That stuff helps. And, you know, it's definitely a 12th man out there, you know, and the fans are very important, because if no one's saying anything and it's quiet, they can operate like it's practice. So that's why it definitely matters.
Nakobe, you know him as well as anybody. Nick said he's chomping at the bit. He's literally traveling to road games, everything. How excited do you think he is to be back and off the 21-day list?
Look, man, I think he's excited, man. I just can't wait to get my dog back. And you just know, man, you just feel his energy when he out there. And even on the sideline, you feel his energy. I know where he was. I was just there a couple months ago, and he just itching to get back. I'm happy for him to get back.
Is it as much fun as it was at the start of last year to win this much as you've been winning? It's 21 out of 22 games. Is it just old hat, or you still enjoy every one of them?
You definitely enjoy every one of them. You know, it's tough to win in this league. Obviously, starting the last 2 years, 5-0 is pretty incredible. It's a hard thing to do, and you know, we don't take anything for granted. The big message this week was dog mentality. A lot of times you think about that after a loss, but we have to have that same mindset after a win. Get ready to go back out and, you know, good, bad, or indifferent, go do it again each and every play.
Nick made it a point to talk about right away in the locker room about, hey, dog mentality, you got to approach it. Does the Jets film sort of get you back on track when you see that defense?
Yeah, they have a really good defense. Their front seven is really good, and they got some good secondary players as well. So, you know, it's just like any other week. We're going to have to be ready to go. Obviously, you know, this week's no exceptions. They got a great defense. They've been holding teams to not very many points, and they got a physical front. So we're going to have to be ready for that and match their energy, or, you know, bring our energy and have them match us.
Dallas, last week or on Sunday, you had a game. Take me through the approach of just the overall, you know, playmakers. You, Devontae, AJ. When the ball isn't coming, how important is patience, and how do you ground yourself when you know it's not your week? You know, for Sunday, it wasn't Devontae's week. Take me through that, you know, that mindset.
Yeah, obviously, like you said, we have really good skill players, going from running backs to the outside receivers to myself, and you know, there's only one ball to go around, and it can't go to everybody, and you know, you've seen AJ have a bunch of big games, Smitty have his big games, and then the games where he doesn't have as much action. And it's something that obviously we have to do as a team, make sure we keep everybody's heads up. But as skill players, we all know that it can't come every week. But when it comes, I think everybody has full confidence in the other group to go out there and make the plays and do what needs to be done to have the team win.
In what ways do you support each other? I guess, you know, keep your heads up on that. What it is you guys talk to each other on the sideline?
Yeah, talking to each other on the sideline, you know, just little things as a high five, like, let's go, we still need you. You know, you never know when the plays are going to come. A lot of times they come in bunches, so, you know, you might not have a catch until the fourth quarter, then you get 5 back to back to back to back. So you just got to stay into it, and whenever opportunities come, we expect all of us to make them.
I know you guys haven't been really happy with, you always, you guys have all said you haven't played your best football yet. Red zone percentage for you guys on offense, I know is a frustrating area right now. You feel like you guys are close to turning those field goals into touchdowns?
Yeah, for sure. I think we're really close, and a lot of times it comes down to, you know, one play, one thing happens here or there. You know, for a football play to work, you really need all 11 people on offense doing the right thing, being in the right spots at the right time. And if one person's off by just a little bit, you know, it's a game of inches. So inch here, inch there, it can disrupt the whole play. Or, you know, you have a D lineman or a blitz that comes and affects the whole thing. So it's just something we need to clean up and continually focus on. But I don't think there's too much worry that it won't get going. I think it's just a matter of time and us making sure that it does happen.
You see the 49ers who are winning in that way, and you see the Super Bowl odds, and they're going way up, and the Eagles are staying where they are. Do you look at that, and it's almost like it fits Philly, the underappreciation, no one noticing us? Does it almost fit the vibe of this team in this city right now?
You know, I try not to pay attention to it, to be honest with you. And, of course, I mean, you see it every now and then, but then that's just, I feel like that's media talk. You know, you never, anybody can be beaten on Sunday. At the end of the day, that's the NFL. It's going to be tough victories no matter who you play, and that's how I look at it.
When you look at this week, the Jets, Zach Wilson, what do you see from this Jets offense?
I see an explosive offense. You know, I feel like it starts with the running game. You know, they got good running backs over there, and they have a good receiving core, and also the quarterback has a really strong arm. So I mean, and he also has legs and be able to run around, make plays with him. So anytime you give him an opportunity, I feel like he's going to be able to make a play.
Do you look ahead, maybe training camp preseason? You look at this week, you say, all right, I'm facing Aaron Rodgers, and now it's not Aaron Rodgers, or is that way too far in advance to look?
I think you definitely had that game kind of, you was aware of that game going into the season because they was getting a lot of hype around Aaron Rodgers. But unfortunately, he's not with the team right now. But there's still a team that's capable of, you know, coming, well, we're going over there. So they're definitely capable of putting up points. So you got to be aware of them still.
In the game where he got hurt, Garrett Wilson makes the play that really kind of stands out and saves them. What kind of player is he?
Explosive receiver. You know, fast, quick, runs good routes, has strong hands at the point of attack.
Can y'all feel that? Can you feel what's about to happen on this field, man? Can you feel what we about to get into? They don't respect us. They don't know about our heart, man. That thing that's beating in your doggone chest right now. Whatever you got today, I got to have it. What are you gonna bring to the doggone table? Are you gonna bust somebody in their